Hello, my friends. It is an incredible honor for me to be joining this incredible, extraordinary woman that I love, that I respect. And thank you so much, Michele Charles Gustafson, for being here after all these technical difficulties.
Listen, I am excited to be here. The internet almost didn't let us be great, but we persevere and we get on live when it's meant to be. And I'm so excited to be here. And I love you, my friend. I love
I love you.
you.
I love you. I love you. And before I go on,
Yes.
please, all of you out there that are seeing, watching, please share it. Hashtag replay, hashtag live. If you're here live, tag a friend because you're walking away with one of this book that we're gonna be talking about it today. Now, before we dive deep into this incredible conversation to catch up, because we haven't been.
We gotta catch up.
Michele Charles Gustafson is a strategic marketing consultant turned certified image consultant, certified professional life coach, and award-winning success mentor. She is the creator of HUE+Style, a mentorship platform where she teaches growth-focused women entrepreneurs, professionals, and community builders how to transform their self-belief and personal brand presentation into a super power.
And you know it to be true.
Oh,
You know it to be true, Day. I mean, I love what I do. And this is an extension. This is not what I do, but it's an extension of what I do to help people understand the power that you already know to be true. That the power of being able to see yourself in the mirror as who you are becoming and literally put it on your body as you dress every day. That's why I named it the new way to get ready for your day, because I think people are getting ready for their day in the old way, which is where we just put clothes on and they're going to just like, I guess I got to put a top and a bottom on. And I'm telling the world, there's a different way to get ready. And it changes everything. And you know that for sure, for a fact.
For a fact, because it changed my life. What is it? Almost 5 years ago?
I know, which is ridiculous.
Wow, time flies. And it completely shifted the paradigm, the confidence, the self-love, everything about the who of who I am. And that's the most important thing. And people think there's one thing, and I want to talk about clarity because it's so important. It's so important. You said on the book about clarity, versions of success, which is, one of the moments where everything became so crystal clear was to know what success meant for me. And it was unique and it was personal. And as you said on the book, it's like a fingerprint.
Yes. And I think what is happening for people right now, especially in these times, is everybody is being forced to go, what is really important to me? What is really my definition of how I live my life? What is the fingerprint that I want to leave? What is the impact I want to make sure I spread before I leave? Because the reality is right now, we are all faced with some serious mortality. And right now is the perfect opportunity to renew what you think about being here. And when you look at the definition of success in the book, I talk about 6 of them. That, one of them's money, yay. But I tell you that money is actually all about choices, about the choices you want to make for yourself, your family, the imprint you want to make on the world. But there are 5 others. And this is the time when people have the chance to go, what is it that makes me feel successful in this life? And that if I'm living through my actual purpose, or what I call your meaningful outcome, what comes from using that meaningful outcome will be your definition of success. And then it doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. Doesn't matter what she's doing over there. You don't
Yeah.
have to be comparing and competing
Yep.
with her because it doesn't matter. You can sit in your own self, in your own journal, and go, you know what? I'm winning. I'm winning. And I talk about my battle of trying to win and winning and losing and what it means from the outside world and what happens when you bring it back inside. And once you get that clarity, that's when people become unstoppable. And you know that because when you have the mentor to uncover and give the clarity on a silver platter, you can't unsee it, right? In which case you're able to act on it. And that's why I say clarity creates freedom, because without the clarity, you're going around
Like, okay,
hope, okay,
what do I
hoping,
want?
I don't know. Or you put what you want based on what someone else wants for you.
It's a big one because everybody does that.
Everybody does it. And it's jail to do that. You end up living your life for other people. And you know, yeah, the clarity is freedom. Oh, I could talk forever.
Oh yeah.
You know this, Dang, you know this.
I know that. Okay, wait, I'm getting out of focus.
That's because it's just us talking, right? And I know when you got the book, there were a few things that jumped out at you, and that clarity was one of them, probably because you do it for others, which is I'm so proud about. You give them that clarity too. But there was something else. You said you had another tag in there that.
Oh, I have two more.
Oh, you have two more. Okay.
We're digging. There is this part of dressing well, and I want to read it word for word, because this is, people think of what you do about only styling, and it's so far away from it.
Yes.
It's such a deep journey. And so here comes. Dressing well is not about fashion or vanity. It's about self-expression, self-acceptance,
Yes.
self-love, and teaching others how to treat you.
Bingo. And that last one is what I learned from my father, who you guys will learn about through the book. He taught me that when you present yourself, people are going to treat you in the way that you present yourself. And I didn't really realize when he was talking about that it mattered that much until I started to do what it is I do and started to create my process to help people do that, because my process is like no other. There is no other image consultant who does it like I do. There just isn't. Okay. So when I started to create my process of attaching values to what you wear, whether they be garments, accessories, color, whatever, they all have values attached. I started to watch you guys live through the values that you were placing on your body. And I watched how you, by communicating that outwardly, people started to treat you differently. And then I saw what he was trying to say. And he didn't have the image science behind it. He didn't have the certifications behind it. He didn't have even the most recent modern research that proves it, that it actually is a thing. All he knew, as you know what, at that time in the civil rights movement and all of the things, he did all of the stuff we're experiencing kind of now, he lived. And what he knew to be true is that if I presented myself in a way, people would treat me differently. That was the base he knew. I just happened to be his daughter. Legacy lives in those you change, who now has the research, the process, and the means to show people how to do that in a way that is solid. I mean, you girls know that as soon as you get your HUE+Style on, the world takes notice. And then you get to do what it is you do to serve others, because they're noticing you. You can't show up if they don't see you, right?
And it's so important because that just piece is just one part of the book, but it shifted everything. Not only we have the clarity. Okay, what is success for me? We have now, okay, when I go to my dressing room, my closet, to pull out on what I'm going to wear that day is what kind of message am I delivering? What kind
And
of
that, yeah,
self-love am I showing to myself first and then to others? And
you
that
got it.
became powerful because I'm no longer the one struggling. I'm like, okay, what am I going to wear? Or how am I going to hide the overweight?
Yes.
Which
Yes.
it's a topic for much deeper for that for another conversation. But it's so
Yeah.
powerful.
It is. Well, and it is. I mean, it's part of the conversation because that's mostly where women start, and even men. Look, I talk about women because that's who I work with. Well, I do work with men too, but anyway, I talk mostly about women because number one, I am one, and number two, I see how it bleeds into us. But the thing is that weight issue is part of the conversation because it is what you're telling yourself in the mirror because of the weight that is on you.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's why it becomes part of the conversation. Because if you're walking into the mirror and you're like, oh my God, pants are too stuff, and this, what you don't realize, folks, is that every single word that has passed through your brain and maybe sometimes past your lips to yourself is affirming or de-affirming your ability to see yourself as successful. If you say to yourself, uh, what is this weight that's on me and I can't even get it together to lose weight, and why have I failed so many times, you are sharing to yourself the sabotaging
Wow.
thoughts that will keep you stuck. So this is not about the weight, the 10 pounds, the 15 pounds. This is about what you're saying to yourself. And what happens when you change how you, change the way you get dressed, where you have attached your values, your value, your power to the items you place on your body and you honor it, that changes the conversation
Mhm.
in your head, which changes how you create success. And most people, 99.9% of the
Yep.
world, does not know how to do that. You can't know how because I know
Nope.
how. And I teach the people how. Right? But the rest of the world is going to tell you go lose weight, get a pill, or just go shop it away, or do something for your body shape, but they're not telling you to change the thing that actually changes the thing. And that's up here. And they don't know how to attach it to your clothing because
Nope.
that's what I do.
That's what you do. That's what you do.
Yes.
Or you keep using your grays and your blacks and
Oh,
just
yes.
hide because I used to
Hiding.
do it. I used to do
I
it.
know you did.
Hmm.
I know you did.
But look at that. Look at this. Look at
I
this.
know. I know. I
Look at
know. I know.
look at here. Here she no, here she is.
Yeah, that's me. Okay, that's me.
And
And
here is the difference.
yes.
There is the difference
And
here.
here's what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen, Dana. I'm going to point it out before it goes there in people's brain.
Hmm.
You're going to see that, lovely watchers, and you're going to be like, "Oh, cool, she has a color book." Yes, she does. And then you're going to think to yourself, "Well, Michele told me to not wear black," which is partially true. And you're going to go and you're going to grab up any kind of color and put it on your body. Here's what I'm going to tell you. That's not
Here.
enough.
No.
Because here's what you need to know also. Color is extremely personal, communicative, and symbolic. It's personal because in order to use color in a way that changes your mood, your mindset, and to influence others, it must be personal, which means it has to coordinate with you. So if
Mhm.
you just go over there to that red top that you bought 3 years ago and you slap it on, I can almost guarantee you it's not your red. I can almost
Which
guarantee you.
blew me away. Blew me away.
Yeah, I can guarantee you because what I need you to know is that color is infinite. So there are infinite reds. And whenever we talk about color, I always find that people think about the grade 5 rainbow, Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow. And they'll say, well, Michele, I can't wear yellow. It's like, well, no, you're thinking about the Roy G. Biv yellow, but there are infinite yellows. And so in order to use it for power, for mindset shifting, in dressing to influence you. Who, like, this is, you guys, this is not by accident. None of this is by accident.
And neither
okay? None of that is by accident.
Nope.
In order to use it, it must be personal. In which case, you have to know what your personal colors are. And if it's just like being like a surgeon, okay? So you know that you need to get the cut fixed and you need to attach the veins. Do you know how to do that, Diana? No, you go to a surgeon who's an expert to do that, because otherwise that's a problem. Right? There are experts in color as well. And what's so cool about using it as a tool is that not only do you get to change your mind, your mood, but you get to influence others. You get to share your message through just this color. And people don't even know what's happening. I say it's the greatest Jedi mind trick, because they don't even know that they're acting differently because they saw you in this hue, in this deep teal.
Saw you.
They saw you.
Not just the clothes. It just it's deep down you, the real you.
Personal. That's why the one red over there doesn't cut it. It's not personal. You don't know what is underneath that red. Everything, you guys, is intention when it comes to your dressing. Everything. The intention of your dressing becomes the intention of your day. And so if you don't know the intention of why you've placed this collar on, this deep teal, the necklace in cobalts and sky blues and peaches, if you don't know the intention, you're not using it intentionally. Welcome to life. If you don't know the intention of your life, you're not using it intentionally. You see how those things go together? Diana knows.
Mind-blowing. And you're the expert, the only one that I've seen do that with such extraordinary amazingness, uniqueness.
Yeah.
That is absolutely stunning. You don't follow, I mean, I stopped following trends. I stopped following colors. I stopped feeling frustrated when I went to the store. And did I mention that I saved a ton of money? Because now I am not.
Didn't you say the one time you're like, I didn't need to go and buy something for 9 months.
Yes.
You were using the clothes, you were using the intention behind the clothes in your closet for 8 months.
8 months.
Do you know that some people, do you know that, you guys, again, do you know that the cycle of clothing has gone from 4 seasons to 52? Oh my God. Retailers are parting out clothes every week. And unfortunately, people get into this buying cycle of buying every week because they can. There's something new. Fast fashion, 52 weeks a year, 52 seasons. And the problem is that you're buying clothes that, I mean, we don't even need to get into the whole fast fashion toll on the environment, toll on social, like, that is a whole nother conversation. But what I'm sharing with you is that you are in charge of being intentional with not only how you present yourself, but in how you shop, how you consume the garments that then produce your message. And if you're doing it properly, you don't have to shop every week, even every month, because you already have it.
Yep.
And it can be mixed, matched, moved, done, all sorts, everything.
My husband is very happy about that.
Well, those are the fringe benefits, right?
By the way,
fringe benefits, and people love the fringe benefit. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong
with that.
Well, and the thing is in the book I talk about the reason why the new way of getting ready for your day is to switch from that idea of dressing in fashion and dressing stylishly to dressing in confidence. And that dressing in confidence has to do with that underlying understanding of yourself, and then taking that understanding and placing it on yourself. It just becomes an outward expression of who you actually are on the inside.
Showing up confident. It allows you to show up confident.
That's what allows you to show up confident. And yeah, it's funny because I in the intention of the book at the very beginning, I said, this is not about fashion. Like, if you're buying this
Yep.
book because you think I'm going to tell you about how to do your closet or something, you might as well put back down. Okay. That's it's not what it's about. I want you to do what is lasting, not what is fleeting.
Ooh, can you repeat that? That's powerful.
I want you to do what's lasting, not what's fleeting. And if you look at your closet right now, you will see signs of what is fleeting. You'll see things like lots of volume, nothing to wear. You might see, actually, I haven't shopped forever. You'll see things with tags on them hanging there. You'll see things like all black. All of that means that the mindset is not attached to how you're presenting yourself, and that you might be choosing those things based on what's fleeting instead of what's lasting. And what's lasting is what's inside you. And that's where you need to start.
And going back to that process years ago, by not connecting your mind, it was not actually connected to my heart. And when you don't connect it to your heart, you don't connect to your purpose.
Fleeting. And that's what makes it fleeting. Okay. And so, Diana knows, but I always say, it's like, I am only interested in a permanent solution. Like, if you remember nothing about Michele Gustafson, it is I only am interested in a permanent solution. I'm not here to help you do something that's temporary or fleeting. Yep. Even if it's a shift in mindset, like, even if you're just listening to this broadcast and you're like, oh, she said that, I can't unhear that. Great. Because not being able to unhear something and it kind of, gets you in the back of your neck, that in itself is a lasting change, because you're going to make a different decision next time you think about making a decision on something. Even if it is, oh, she said something about,
you planted the seed.
Lasting. I planted the seed. Yeah. I don't know if we got through your tabs, did we?
Oh, one more.
Oh, okay.
One more. But first, what got you to write this amazing book? Because let me tell you, on the first chapter, you had me bawling. You had me crying. And I had to put it down. And I did something. I'm not going to share it here, but I did shared it on the group, because it was a turning point. That's how powerful it is. And many changes. This is about a month and a half ago? Just about. Mm-hmm. And I had to go inward and do some work, inner work, a journey inward that took me somewhere deeper again, because this journey never ends. And so, what got you to write that first chapter that gotten us all like, okay, where's the rest? Because I want to read it all.
Yes. Well, and first of all, I want to share that you can get the first chapter free, folks, at showupconfident.com. I give away the first chapter. Here's why I do that. You're going to know right away if this is a journey that's worthy for you to take, if you're ready, and if you're in the space to take it. The first chapter is called The Journey. And what's interesting, Diana, is that I wrote the first chapter after I'd written the book. I wrote it last.
No.
I wrote it last. Yes. I wrote it last because once I knew where I was taking you, I needed to introduce you to the idea that I was taking you there. And after I had finished all of the inner work of the book, the renewal, the energizing, the preparing, the understanding of my message, my heart, my mission on pages, then I wanted to make sure that you knew what you were getting into. That's how I wrote the first chapter. The book itself has been a seed for 2 years. And I want you guys to know that when there's something worthy of doing, it's been unknowingly annoying you. Okay? It's been back there. And if you look back in my journals, because yes, I'm a chronic journaler, which you will learn in the book. If you look back in my journals, this has been since 2018. Seeds. Do it. You should do it. Blah, blah, blah. I even found some old outlines. Didn't feel right. Didn't feel right. Didn't feel right until it felt right. And I want you guys to know also that while those things are annoyingly annoying in the back there, and if those are some of the whispers, which you'll find about chapter 6, I think it is, that are annoyingly annoying back there. If you're watching properly, you'll also see them germinate. You'll see the little sprout come up when it's time to make it happen. And for me, is a gal I know, she's like, is this your COVID book? I'm like, was it COVID that made me do it? No, it wasn't COVID, but it was the space to birth it, really. The COVID gave me the space. It gave me the time to heal my own journey, because in writing it was completely cathartic. To heal my own journey, to understand where I've come to this point. I did have urgency because I think what COVID gives us is a sense of urgency. Yeah. You are not guaranteed this planet time. Okay, folks? You are not guaranteed. So, what do you want to do? Who do you want to be? What do you want to leave? What's the impression? Who is going to benefit? What's the legacy you're leaving? And the time was given, the space was given for me to put this down. I said to my editor, I said, this is the When I'm Dust project. When I'm dust, this endures.
I loved it.
If nothing else, people are going to know who I was and why I was because of this. And so it was for my daughter and for my niece, but it was for myself. Because to me, I'm like, well, not that I'm done, because the other people were asking, like, well, what's next? I'm like, well, I continue doing what I do, but like, I continue. But if I am no longer here, this is it. This is it. This is what you would want to know from me, at the very, very least. And so I think it was a mix of things. It was the idea, the seed had sprouted, and it was time for germination. I had time and space to do it, and I had time and space to heal. It was my own healing. Chapter 2, you'll remember, I speak about grief and my own grief. It was the hardest thing to write. I wasn't sure I was going to do it. I said to my, I'm not sure I want to share this. But in sharing it, you heal it. Mm-hmm. And now I've heard from a few different readers, even men who have had that similar kind of grief, tell me, I had to stop after it. I had to relive a little, but then I was able to continue. And I've heard that over and over again. I had to stop, but then I was able to continue. And guys, that's the point. Because that's what we do in life. That's how you renew your confidence. You gotta stop. You gotta look. You gotta rejuvenate. You gotta understand. You gotta go inside. Mm-hmm. You gotta find new meaning. And from that new meaning, then you prepare for what's next. And I'm telling you that if you can do those three things, renew, energize, and then prepare. I was saying to Diana that I always say that you are being prepared for a success you can't yet see. Yeah. So if you want something over there, you got to do the first stuff first. And then you prepare yourself to show up for it. It doesn't work any other way. It doesn't work any other way. So,
and you got to go deep.
You do
go deep. Nothing happens in the surface. Gotta roll up your sleeves and dig deep within yourself, because then all we do is numb or push our emotions down and keep pretending that we have it all figured out.
Yeah. And the pretending looks different things to different people. Yep. The pretending and the numbing can just be distraction. It can be too busy. It can be, doing all the things for other people. It looks like a lot of different things, the pretending, but I love it when a woman comes to me ready, because she knows that she's pretending and she's sick of it. And you guys,
yes.
the only way we make a change, the only way you take a real step forward is when it's costing you something.
Oh.
When it's costing you something. What's it costing you? Your self-esteem, your own self-worth? Is it costing you your relationships and your deepening of your relationships? Is it costing you your job and your advancement, your ability to make an impact? If it's not costing you something, we don't change. And until it's itchy enough, I say, until it's itchy enough about what it's costing you, you don't. You pretend it's about something else. You just go shopping again. You try and pretend I'll just put on a color or something. Okay, it's just not itchy. That's fine. And you know what? No judgment. It's just not itchy enough for you. That's cool. Until it gets itchy, then you will make a change. And what I know for sure, because I've been mentoring for 25 years, what I know for sure is that those who know that they need to make a change in order to go to the next level will always seek help. Because there are answers you don't know. There are things you are blinded by and can't see. So
that
you may
blind
try.
spot. That blind
spot
needs to come out, needs to be helped by somebody else.
You need this person to do this with the mirror.
Yep.
And to show you perspective, because it's a forest for the trees type of situation. You can't see what's around you. And so that person to show it to you, oh, right. Mm-hmm. Holy Lord doodle. What? Now you can make a different decision, right? And that's how, I mean, my most successful clients, Diana being one of them, is the ability to say, I don't know, someone show it to me so that I can make a different choice. Right? I can take different action. You can't make different action based on same stuff. It's just not possible. It doesn't work that way. We're not cute. We're humans. It doesn't work that way. Mm-mm.
You ready for the last one?
Okay. I'm sorry. I was talking too hard. Okay. Yes.
No, I love it. Because it ties to this. It ties to this. Healing is the aim. Freedom is the dream. And cry. It is a beautiful signal that you are as close to the heart of your feelings as you can be.
Yeah.
Cry.
In tears, there's truth. Guys, pay attention to them. I remember, I don't really remember when I came to that conclusion that in tears, there's truth. But I do remember in the process of writing, thinking about all the times I cried. Losing my dad, which I talk about, the great wins that I've had, even with clients in session. That might have happened, possibly.
Maybe.
On live broadcasts sometimes. And what came to me is that when the tears come, if you are living in a place that is self-aware and you're growing, you are super close to the truth of your feelings. And they will be like, and actually super close to the truth of the one feeling that trumps them all. Love. So if you're in grief, it's because I heard a quote one time. It said, grief is love with no place to go. That if you are in grief, there's love there that you don't know what to do with. Don't know where to put it. And so you don't know it, and it comes up. But if you can recognize that you are close to that feeling, it's not sadness, it's something else. You honor the things that are of love in that moment. Then you look at when someone gets married, right? Somebody has the baby. You're in session with your client. She has a major breakthrough. Close to the feeling of love. Yeah. That it's pure. that person is shining, blossoming in some way. And even in grief, if they're passed or they've gone or they've left the planet, what they gave you, what the gift was. Because even in the leaving, there's a gift. I was just with a friend of mine yesterday who all my friends, I know the passing day of their very close people. And it was his dad's passing day. And I told him, I said, you know what? I don't know if you like it. It doesn't matter. I'm your friend. And look, I know your dad's passing day and I will always recognize it. Why? Because the passing day to me is just as significant as the birthday of a baby. It marks the coming and the leaving and the impression they made, whatever it was, on the planet, right? And that's all love, either way you slice it. So I know it can be sad on those days, and there's chapter 2. Okay, I know it can be sad, but there's a flip side, and that's where the healing is, right? And when you get the healing, you get the freedom.
You get the freedom.
And I've watched it more times than I can count with women in like see, it's coming.
It's coming.
I've watched it. I've watched it more times than I can count with women that I work with in HUE+Style. The healing, and that's really, then it gives you the freedom to show up, gives you permission, the value, all of it, and then you go off and you start doing things in your life you never thought you could do.
Oh yeah.
And that gives you freedom and the successes that you've defined. And then you're living on purpose. And then it feels good. And like attracts like. So when you feel good, guess what happens? Good happens.
Yep. Wow.
I felt that. I felt it a little bit.
I felt it, all of it just running through. Oh my God. We have so many comments.
I can't even see them all.
I can't. Diana was wearing her shade of blue when I was searching for hope. Remember that? And we have been friends for years after healing together.
That's by no accident, folks.
Nope.
By no accident.
By no accident. Shelly, have to run. Okay, she's okay. Bye. She have to run.
I mean,
and she did say your inner self will never lie to you. You need to listen. Those are the whispers that you talk about in the book.
Yes. And yeah, I feel that it's a journey. Chapter 1's called The Journey, but the book is a journey.
It is.
And I know, and I've been hearing already, that those who choose to take the journey are changed. And you guys, everybody on the planet wants to know that what they did was important. But it takes you to define what that is, and then to choose to show up for it. This book has been a seed for 2 years. I could have left it a seed, but I follow my own lessons. And this was about having the courage for me to show up with my own story. So I always say I drink my own Kool-Aid every day. I do. And to show up means that you have to own what you're learning and what you think is valuable and know to be valuable about yourself to share. And that's what I offer here.
Yeah. Wow. Powerful.
Thank you, Diana, for having me on this cast. I know we got a chance to catch up too, which is amazing.
Yes, it's been a long time. Thank you so much for your energy, because that's what it is that energy, that vibration that you carry to lit up the lives of so many women, thousands of women. And I'm so honored and so blessed it's coming to be one of them.
Oh,
because it changed me. It was the seed that turned everything around for an incredible journey that many people know, many don't know. And it truly is magnificent because when you get to own who you are and you set aside the comparisons and the competitions and you live your best life because you love it, because
Yes.
you love who you are, what you do, and you understand and have the clarity of why you're here,
Yes.
it's freedom, like you
It's
said.
freedom. Ultimate, ultimate freedom. And at this moment in time of our lives and spaces and times, everyone is searching for it. And if I can just give you a tiny piece, step forward, I'm done.
Hmm.
And the book is my offering as a tiny step for you to find new individuality, new freedom, new growth, new independence. Because if I know anything, what we're going to need next is a lot of people who really know themselves,
Oh, yes.
who really know what they're here to do, and who go about doing it with conviction, clarity, discipline, grace, humility, enthusiasm.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only thing that wipes away what we're feeling is really heavy right now. So if I can help renew that in someone, then I've
You
done what
are.
I'm here to do.
You are. And this is going in all continents around the world. And we always said it,
Everywhere.
people need to know you around the world, and it's happening right now.
It's happening.
So
It's
I am
happening.
so grateful to be in this journey with you. Ah, it just fills my heart. Thank you. I love you. I honor you.
Thank you. I love you. I honor you too, Diana, for the work you do because you show up confident.
Mm.
Honestly, you change those too. That's who we
Aho.
need.
Whew.
Oh, amen. And so it is.
Amen. And so it is.
Thank you,
Thank you
everyone,
for
for
being.
joining. Yes. And thank you for having me for this message day.
Thank you. It was needed. And thank you, all of you. Don't forget to share it, to tag a friend, because one of you is going to walk out with the book and also
Ooh, that's exciting.
breakthrough laser coaching with me.
Mm,
So if you're ready, here it is.
here it is.
For you.
And remember, you do have the first chapter for free at showupconfident.com.
Yes.
So if you're
Where
not
they
sure,
can find
try it out.
you, where they can find you, because you have groups, you
Yes.
have your mentorship.
Yes. So there's lots to do to connect. You can start with grabbing the first chapter of the book. That's at showupconfident.com. If you absolutely have to know how I do my work with women like Diana, you can go to HUE+Style.com. That's how I live on the internet. It's how I do what I do and the work that I do. Those are the two places. Through there, you'll find all the other spots, the Instagrams, the groups, the Facebooks, the things and the things. And I always believe what's meant to be will be. So
Mhm.
I invite you, and if the journey is for you, the journey will be for you.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you, Dana. I
Thank
love
you,
you.
thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you too. I love you too.
Awesome.
And thank
Bye,
you, all of you,
everyone.
for being here. Bye.
Bye.
Let me see. Here we go.